Are you frustrated with these old mowers that you pull and it just won't start, only to find out that you're out of gas? Maybe this 40 volt 18-inch mower from Wild Badger will help. Just push of a button and we can fire it right up. Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. And as you saw, we are looking at Wild Badger's 40 volt brushless lawnmower. It's actually pretty sweet, but enough talk. Let's get right into this review. It does appear that there is minimal assembly, but nothing we can't handle. There's also included one 40 volt Badger battery. Also, if you see over here on the right side, that's actually a bagger. So if you want to bag up the grass or so, you don't have to use it, but it is an option. Before we assemble this, I went and plugged in the battery to have it charged, but I wanted to take a look at the blade. This looks like a legit lawnmower blade, no tiny razor blades. I will say some of this housing here looks like plastic, but this looks like an actual blade. There's some assembly. We have the lower mower arm right here on my left, and that corresponds with the R. There's an R on here and an R on this side. And of course, there's a quick release knob. You're just going to line it up and screw it in. Of course, you do the exact same thing on the other side, so now we have both of the lower arms installed. A little tip to make this easier for you, they actually have notches that you can line them up, so therefore you can have them lined up the same exact height on both sides. Next step is to install our upper release knob, and of course we have this bolt that just goes through, and there are two holes on the upper bar here. I actually am using it for the taller setting, so you put the bolt all the way through. Of course, we have a washer that goes on this side, and this quick release tie that hooks it all together. Once it's on, you can open it and close it to tighten it. And of course, if you needed to shorten it, you can switch it to the other hole. Lastly, on this part, we're going to install these wire clips. And this just has this little clip, like I said, that goes around the actual pole here. And it keeps the wire in place, just like that. Our battery is charged. We're going to open up this front cover, slide our battery in, make sure it clicks into place. Some units have a key in which you're supposed to use to engage. This particular one does not. Once you put your battery in, we are ready to go. With our battery installed, we're going to push this button in, and then we can pull our handle back, and that started up our lawnmower. When we want to stop it, we just let go of the handlebar. I started using this and I forgot that I didn't tell you about the bag part. I know I said earlier it was optional, but if we lift up this back part, the mulch block is actually pre-installed. So to take that out, you're just going to pull back on it and you pull out the entire unit. Of course, if you want it in there, you just leave it in there. And I'll probably leave that in most of the time because I'm not looking to bag the grass. Of course, if you do want to use the bagger, you take out the mulch block and you bring up your bagger, and these little clips right here, one goes on either side. You get it up in there, the lid snaps on top, and then your bag is ready to roll. This mower comes with 5 different adjustment heights, and what you do to adjust it is you actually pull this lever down and you can either go forward or back. Sometimes you might have to lift up on the mower to get it to go back up, but this is your highest setting. I'd recommend, if your grass is long, to use it on this setting, at least to cut it down, and then maybe you could lower it to a shorter setting. If we look at our Wild Badger 40 volt mower, it looks like a regular mower. I should say that these wheels are completely plastic. There's not really any rubber on here. In fact, most of it's made out of plastic except for the handlebars and the blade. I wanted to give you a head-to-head of the two different mowers. Of course, my gas-powered one is on the right and the Wild Badger is on the left. You can see that the Wild Badger is smaller, both in deck size and in tire size, I guess, of the two mowers. Now let's test our battery. A lot of this backyard here actually gets mowed by our robotic lawnmower C3P mow. Of course, we just moved some of the fence lines. You can see by the dirt patches, so this area doesn't get mowed. We're just going to start mowing and, well, we'll stop when the battery runs out. Notice, like right now when I'm in this taller grass, it feels as though the motor has gone into overdrive and is really working hard to cut down this tall grass. Now I'm just going to whip through the rest of this and we will stop when our battery officially runs out of juice. On our first run through with the full battery, we got about 24 minutes of use. I will say I measured out the area that I mowed and it was right over 2,700 square feet, so it actually did a pretty good job. It also should be noted, this grass was really tall, about 6.5 inches tall. Probably not what this mower was meant for, but it actually did a really good job mowing down this grass. Let's take a closer look. You can actually see this grass that is pretty short and all these clippings that were made. This is the taller grass that was there. I actually think the lawn looks really well. First run through, the Wild Badger did a good job. As I've been using this, I've noticed that one, it's really, really lightweight and easy to push. Plus, I love the ergonomic handle right here. It makes it really easy to hold onto and push if you need to, like going up a hill or whatnot. But it's actually a pretty comfortable mower to use. As with most batteries, it's important to let them cool down before you charge. You can see this one has the red light on, meaning this battery is too hot. So what I'm gonna do is I'll take it off the charger, let it cool down, and then put it back on. It took over an hour for this battery to cool down because every time I was trying it, this light would just light up red. I will say all I did was bring it into an air-conditioned environment and just let it sit. I didn't do anything special. All right, let's charge this up. You can see as soon as we put our battery on, our light started blinking green. Let's come back when this is completely charged up. Look at there, we are fully charged, but get this, it took a full 2 hours for it to go from blinking green to solid green. Therefore, in my opinion, if you're gonna use this and you need to mow for more than 30 minutes, you're gonna need to invest in a second battery. Of course, we know that our battery is charged, but if you wanna test it, there is a little power button here, and you can see that all 4 lights light up green. I do appreciate having a power indicator right here on the battery. We're back 2 days later. We're gonna mow the same exact spot. I will say I did drop the notch 1 level down so it's a little lower because I wanna make sure I can actually cut something, but it should not be as difficult as it was earlier when we mowed. The whole intent of this is just to see, will we last as long or longer than when we previously mowed? As you see what's being mowed, it's clear that this thing does a great job mowing and everything looks uniform and clean. We have gotten the exact same distance that we did 2 days ago, but I did not stall out. The battery is still good. It was making a difference having the grass already shorter. The mower didn't seem to be working as hard. Let's keep going. I should say I will be going into higher grass since we didn't actually mow this the other day. As I'm mowing through this taller grass, it's clear that the mower is having a more difficult time. It's having to work harder. We did lower the mower 1 notch since we mowed it the other day just to have something mowed, but I've almost stalled out a few times just going through this tall grass. The verdict is in. We were able to go just about 25 minutes, and because the grass was shorter than the other day, we actually went an additional 60 square feet. So there you go. So tell me, what are your thoughts of this battery powered lawnmower? Something you'd consider? Not so much? Is there something else you'd recommend? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Now let's test the bagging feature. The directions tell us that this bagger holds up to 11 gallons of clipped grass. I do appreciate this indicator that it'll blow up right here when there's room still left in there, and it'll close when you need to dump it. That's actually pretty cool. All right, so we've been mowing for a little while. You can see our little flapper is down. That tells us our bag is full. I will say, and this is to be expected, as I've been mowing, bagging things, man, this mower has been getting heavier and heavier. That could be something some people may not want to use the bagger for. It's just harder to push. Pop this off, take this up. Look at all that grass that we picked up. It actually did a really, really good job picking up all of this grass. I'm pretty impressed. In this video, we are looking at Wild Badger's battery-powered lawnmower. So what do we think of it? First things first, let's talk about that price point. Depending on sales, I've seen it anywhere from $230 all the way up to $280. That seems to fall to the mid to lower end of battery-powered lawnmowers, at least as far as the cost goes. Let's talk about the functionality. First and foremost, I appreciate that it was really easy to assemble. It was 95% assembled. All we had to do was put on the arms and attach a few things and we were done. I do like that we had the option between the bagger or the mulcher. I would have liked a side discharge, but that just didn't come in this unit. The unit is lightweight, so if you're looking for something that is quick and easy to move, this could be something you should look into. Let's talk about the battery usage. And honestly, I did not even know what to expect. The directions tell us around 30 minutes, and although I never got that high, I got pretty close, 25 minutes. Now, it should be said that battery consumption also correlates directly with the grass size. If you're mowing really, really tall grass, this mower is going to work harder and therefore the battery is going to last less. But if your grass isn't as high, it's not going to be as powerful as it's going, and so you might get it to last longer. We did test out the battery charging, and like I said earlier, it took an hour for it to cool down just to charge, and then 2 hours to completely charge full, and then I could keep going again. I was thinking of who would actually want to utilize this unit, and a couple things popped up. One, if you want a light powered lawnmower that's run by battery, this one is quick and easy and efficient. There's no messing with gas or oil, and the only really maintenance is cleaning it out and making sure you keep those blades sharp. I do have areas around my yard that I push mow, so I'm really excited to be utilizing the Wild Badger instead of my other gas-powered mower. If this is something that interests you, I will leave a link down in the description. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for you. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. Of course, we could not have a video about mowing the lawn without showing you what else mows our lawn. This is C3P Mow. It's Momotion's Luba 5000, and although it's dirty, it still mows like a champ. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of the Wild Badger 40-volt lawnmower. You know what? In this video, towards the end, I showed you what else mows my lawn, and that is my Luba 5000. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link my original review right up here, and I would love it if you would click on this link. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm gonna join you right there. So go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.